Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about a topic that I don't really discuss often, and it's actually about my insecurity about having tan skin. So I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty tan in my opinion, and I've always been really insecure of this because, like, I'll show you pictures, but especially as a child I was just like generally outside a lot. Like, I liked riding bikes, I liked playing in trees, like, yeah, I was like that type of kid. So I got really tan from staying outside because I didn't wear sunscreen a lot, and every time I went back to China or just like talked with my parents, whatever, like somehow they would always point out the fact that I was very tan all the time. So like that was so prevalent in my life even as an elementary schooler, and that just kind of like continued from elementary to middle to high school. Like, that's always been a thing that I've been insecure because everybody kept pointing it out to me. And it's gotten to a point where, like, especially in high school very recently, it's actually like pissing me off whenever people mention it, because this year when I went back to China, all my relatives again were like, oh, you're so tan, you're so dark. Like, I know, like, you know how to point that out to me, and I genuinely get pissed off when people say that to me now. So I was like, I don't know how to solve this insecurity. I mean, it's kind of hard to get rid of something that you've been indoctrinated in for so long, especially as like an Asian person. So I decided to make a video about how I'm trying to steer away from this insecurity and embrace having tanner skin, because I want to be outside and I want to have fun outside, and I don't want to be tethered to the fact that I need to be pale white all the time in order to be pretty. So for the solution, I will be referencing aesthetics. You can have your opinions on those, but it's just a platform for my example. Okay, hear me out, right? So if you think about it, you go on Pinterest, like your dream life and stuff, like, okay, so you have like paler skin content, like one youngism, whatever, like area you're in, pale colors, like it's all very bright and light. But if you think about it, a lot of other people have, for example, feeds that have more tan skin. A recent trend with like cheetah print and stuff, everybody wearing cheetah print is pretty tan. And if you look at it, other things like city girls or people who like go to the beach a lot, like they're all very tan. And you know that in the world there exists like tanning beds, fake tanning cream, people who tan every day during the summer. Like, people have a goal to be darker than they are right now. So if you think about it, the only reason why you want pale skin is because obviously you're immersed in a different culture than other people. And I know that seems pretty obvious, but it was actually really hard to discern that for me when I was trying to like get out of that pale skin mindset, because like you think about it and you're like, yeah, but I feel like the pale skin thing is more valid, but it only feels more valid because you're more immersed into it. Once you start consuming different types of content that aren't just people with pale skin, trust me, it feels like a whole weight off your shoulder, because genuinely when you start finding people who can like dress and look really good and with tan skin, you realize that so many people out there really aspire to be tan. So that's like step one, like realizing that people want to be tan, right? Because then you realize that even though you personally are consuming a lot of media that glamorizes pale skin, a lot of other people consume media that glamorizes tan skin. So maybe they actually want your skin color. Also, just like a totally random side note, but like the feeling of the sun is so good on your skin. It's literally the best feeling ever, and I would not trade that to have pale skin every day because I have to stay out of the sun. Like, I would rather feel good with the sun on my skin than stay inside. That's just my opinion. And really the main way to break out of this like pale skin mindset is to just, one, obviously stop consuming the content, and then second, just like stop trying to be them. Because in my head subconsciously, like, yeah, I've stopped watching a lot of creators who have like paler skin that I aspire to a lot, but also I've just stopped dressing like them. So for example, I used to wear a lot like white, like pale whatever colors, because obviously those make your skin look lighter. I really avoided a lot of dark colors, but I'm starting to realize my personal style, and I don't want to change me for my clothing. I want my clothing to change for me, if that makes sense. Like, you don't want the clothes to wear you, but you want to wear the clothes, if you know what I'm saying, like that phrase. Because my real style is just a lot of darker colors, like darker reds, darker greens, and those don't necessarily emphasize pale skin, but that's not the point anymore, because the point is that you look good even without pale skin. And I'm not saying here that I value like American or Western styles more than like Eastern styles that do promote that kind of like paler, lighter look, but I'm just saying that whichever style is like healthiest for you and you're not trying so hard to the point where you're literally bleaching your skin to achieve that look, that's probably the healthiest option and the option that'll make you feel happiest. Because let's be real, if you're going to the extent of bleaching your skin to look paler, then you're really just doing more harm than good, because you'll never feel you're at that level which other people are. I'm sorry, that's just unrealistic, and I feel like people need to realize that whatever you see online just isn't real. So you have to come back to real life, look at yourself in the mirror and decide for yourself and make an identity for yourself of how you want to dress. So for example, if you're trying so hard to be like following one youngism, I guess is like something I see a lot, then maybe you should look in your own closet for a second, kind of like lay out everything you have on your bed or something, and then just look around and see what your style is, because whatever you have right now, assuming that you haven't just bought it or it's like new or following trends, it means that you use it the most often. So obviously the most functional clothes are the best clothes. So just go with what you have in the closet right now and just extend in that same direction and go into more fashionable style that still fits under the functionality that you need for every day. Because right, if you have like a closet full of only aspirational clothing that you want to wear but you don't know how to style, you don't know how to wear, you're too scared to wear, like yeah, obviously you will have to take risks with fashion a lot of times in your like personal day-to-day life, but also you don't want to take risks to the point where you feel uncomfortable in your clothing, because you want the clothes to work for you. So if you only have clothes that are aspirational and you don't actually wear them, then what's the point of having that clothes? Like you might as well have bought different clothes with that same money that you spent on the clothes that you aren't actually gonna wear. I really just want to emphasize the point that like you have to wear the clothes, you can't let the clothes wear you. And I know this is a little bit off from the original topic of like pale skin and stuff, but I think it does apply, because a lot of the times I justify me wanting pale skin as like I just want to fit into a certain style that I see that I really like, but I've started to realize that the style that I've been going after is not actually my personal style. So really at the end of the day, you have to find what you yourself want. And I guess the most important part of this entire video is to just log off and like be more offline, because you start to realize that none of this matters at all. Like none of the having pale skin, tan skin even matters at all. Like, honestly, at this point it probably matters more if you have a good face card. Like I don't like it really truly doesn't matter. And obviously I know that colorism and all of that prejudice exists. I'm just talking in the stance of like beauty only. Having pale skin literally doesn't matter. I don't know if this video made sense, but that is all of my advice, and I really did hope it helped, because that's just the perspective that I've been using. If you like this video, obviously like and subscribe, and if you didn't, it's okay. I know it was a bit all over the place, but I really wanted to talk about it because this is like a huge issue that I have personally, and I want to like help other people if possible on their own journeys to like get rid of this insecurity. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, probably a vlog. I won't do a lot of advice videos like this, but if you do want some more from me, you know, make sure to tell me. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.